Shukwaya achtuasaku shkalneek ya hasaku hanach satia wasa atmune we táakw dulsáayi gawú gwalshukwachat aya aqaja asa dituasaku yachana ʼawtuli.át daat aya jineiyí ya táakw shoowú kanach ya awe shkalneek ki daat ʼakadunéek shukwa aya shkalneek shkalneek qain aya ʼakadunéek wasa atmune we táakw dulsáayi gawú aya khatqa q'one aya aqsáayi shukach ati awe uhan qa deikina awe dach ashayi ch'ak awe hashukha ya ach deikina nach sati ach ish has awe yupik qa Sami qa English wushaqaqoyek aya khatquzati yidatqa ashqaqwe ye dulsáayi ya Anchorage qa kehatuwat ya shkalneek aya atunach yachwagud Minneapolis qa Fairbanks qa Hilo ya naskinachawe achyatki ya akshat in katu aqnuj jasayuqatangi aya hastukhukhe wuti yewa hatuasagu ha hiti aya qutsati awa ha yuqatangi ya yaqdaat qa ya hastu anikukha ya qa itkhodishi we Tlingit iqatangi kuti wutulayekhi yaqdaat aya qone ya wahi ya táakw shuwuhi ya qone ya wahi gwal dis aya shukwahi ya shkalneek daat aya yijachaneenuch yidatqa we yel shkalneeki iti qonach achtuasaku gwal icht sak shkalneeki qa kushta qa ya atsu qonach yak just shiyadahini Tlingit shkalneeki qutsati qa atshi qa at'u ya táakw dulsáayi awa just kwanlinde quchwatin awe ha yuqatangi daat wushkanach wutudisáakw just leilqa qinach iti deislin qeqat wutian Tlingit aya shtutultu yuch ya huchi yagi awe hastu yandashani ha in hasakawadnik we ha in has shkalneek we yak shkalneeki kushta qa shiyi ganduklaq qa kaqid naskawe we shkalneek aqa awe ya qurtatini ya akshatin qa New York City day qutuwatin awe Jayegu genki yijachwane we Linguistic Society of America nask yagi qanach qa katuwa we qata kanach aya wutudisáakw tse wal naski hechasaku wasagachtusa we shkalneeki awe wutusatin wicked ye dulsáayi we naakw tsati shkalneeki Dach Hamilton, tach nach wuke. Ya naski we Rasha Qoqa wutusatin. Mike Berbiglia yetuasaku. Kaya konachik atcha wutuacha. Ya shtuqa hatati. Ya achkak kadushat. Ach kla du away kadushat. Ya hayetki. Has outlatin. Ya ach tuwu yik konach. Ka Dana Achjitasawati, we natives for linguistics yetuasaakw. Yeawe daat, ya yi itqoha ya achtuasaku, yi qidach aya sakhwa achi, wasa atune, wasa ituasaakw, daqnachsayi sati, jadasayi tuasaku ha inkai niki, aqa awe ha jineiyí daat, yu ʼakadunéek. Yake kulchish. Jidat qa atusa. You.
Kushek, heidu.
Oh, yake.
Kushek, yuchat dulsáaku. Sheet kak, yechat yati. Ach yagi awe, 10 weeks, no, before. Katchosaku wasa dulsáaw. Before.
Oh, like.
Shukage.
Ah.
Ach yagi. Kleidushu jinkot ka dachadushu tak chets akatagu city yidat shawachana yachat ishan chat shke dak unawe ach yatki nezgawe nezginachawe ach yit katleinachawe ach si huncho ach yit on tak wutudisáakw. Shkaduhan kagwantan hach city. Kagwantan ha city. Dachnach ach yit. Táakw ka nezginach ach yit. Sha kindus tu. Huji ach yetki. Tlakdu wutudisáakw. Hutsu yadu awa ach aya ach shke ach tuasi gu isechwa achi qune ka just adusa guqatank Nez táakw ach katagu ach yuqatangitin ach tundatani. Okay, huch awe adusa des.
Yake chakunas chish tlain. Ach art. Jidat qa atusa.
Kratke.
Cook.
Yake yuxatini skat yuhan aku tatkhatiyatin. Nakhshagate wutudisáakw. Yakta dakhayakhat kneek kwan nakhat city. Yayidat Juno like Zantikahini yekhat yati. Awe. Chayesu shtukhaltu hayukhatangi. Achkwe ka natskiish ka une ka ʼakadunéek ka yatutin ka yanduin ka Genevieve ach it alsitiu hayukhatangi. Ya táakw GET ye jechwane nuch we Anchorage Museum, yes. Hooch.
Okay, gonna cheese. See, and a cockwash is I.
Nachshagate.
Okay,
Nachshagate.
okay, gonna cheese. Ye did it in audio. Was tell kadeen. See ya ach. Was tell kadeen ha see ya ach. Yishan hechasaku wasa at nanin. One kanins way to ayanach. Yasetki a atinech yeti way. Internet. When hasituasagu way. Guk ka adi. Aka gwash. Hilkadeen chasaku gwash has ausaku. Ya ichtideyi. At yenda goodits at he. Yishan. Jade hanayu. Jade atnau. Yake. Yidat ka adi sadi tuasaku.
Ia ach
Ah.
Jedel het zien. Ja.
Yake. Yake gonna cheese. Tukke.
Jedel het zien. Je gaat dulsáaکw. Kokatan shaw ayachat. Deslin dag. Deslin gat uawat. Ko dakwa kadak. Kuka u. Gat ia achke.
Ah.
Okay. Yak yusatini. Listikat yuhan. Kunach yak yi se. Kwa ach. Achtu yak we chagu shkalneek stuat gach tu. Yak ʼawtuli.át kunach kudach ya kunatain jineiyí gugenk gwal at achtashi. Hooch.
Yake ha. Gonna cheese. Yacht tuasaku kusi ati aya yak. Like ko yanashnik. With the cut with late. Aka just chew Yahweh kutk. The cut ya on a cook. Yewech tuasaku late. Kat ich. Ya chew ya. Yet kwatskuch sati yidach. Ya táakw ʼakadunéek. Yedit ka tlaik, just táakw ka yes. Yishan owe uhan. Chosatin ka agwash yi ani kach. Yi ani daat owe we dak ka ku'uwu. Kusi'at. Wash the cut we sa'ati aya yi jineiyí. Yake, yedit ka adusa.
Oh,
You know what?
you cut dulsáaکw.
Just a sec. It may not work. I have to
Oh.
raise the volume.
Can you hear me? Maybe not. Oh, okay. Sorry. Shoowú, you cut dulsáaکw. ʼawtuli.át you dulsáaکw. Jineiyí showát. Toronto, Kuchtati, Kwanlink, ye cut yeti, Nusk Jinkat ka Daakw tak dag. School wagut Toronto ka Juno. Das aktuasigu stukal shoowú kunach aktuasigu duktut ka gwell kushe sedaya shkalneek dasa de oe.
Yak echa. Sheesh.
Tlingit ʼawtuli.át, dulsáayi enach Colleen, ʼakadunéek shoowú, tzatguyega fish camp ua what? Shoowú chat ʼakadunéek dach. Ach twasigu tlagw shkalneek shoowú ach twasigu tsu tlingit uhan daat we tlagw.át hasat wutudisáakw yehoji we tlagwch haide guchtashiyi hakustiyi daat kokitan sha hutue.
Yak echa, Johan. Yak echa. Sheesh. Yidetcha dusa. Gwall. Kleinach. Gwall dachnach. Chosatin. Der ichtidee kach dulsáakwach. Dulsáakwach. Ka Johan su. We itich.
Away. Kachinanach. ʼawtuli.át. wutudisáakw. Honolulu-dach. Oh. Waialua away. Honolulu-át kach. Waialua-dach. Kuchte waialua away. Honolulu-dach. She at kat kuchte Honolulu-dach. South nach. She at kat. Hooch.
Yak sheesh. Ya isakwach ka ya Hawaii daat yutachwatan. Ya ewe we Honolulu aktuasigu yetiyi ka hilo. Ya ya aktu hast du ani kach we atlein aya an kasagua ya kutsitiyidat uhan koa sheet ka kichkan llawak shkalneek atlein deislin has du tuasigu dleit kasagua ani kach ya deishu gwell na tasahini again na tasihin ka seat ka ka táakw awa ya hasta anikach ya achtosagu yisatini yata awa achtosagu yisatini yata ya hasta anikach ya hilo kona ya shete na sai qatsati ya vaipio Mauna Kea, Mauna Loa. Mauna Kea ka Mauna Loa aya qalatsini at. Ya qaya ya akhshatka akhyat kitin. Alkhaya ya tuwa khay. Ya Mauna Lani yedu sagu at. Aqaqqa khashiqo we Mauna Lani. Ya haku at shatuwu. Ya kunnach ya kei qa away Larry Kamura. Hu away gwall has to shu kwaku at shatuwu. Ya punana leo ku'uwu. Ya atwutu a kuchdu in. Ha'ina kawanik ya has to ani daat at away. Ya faimea atachawe hu yak. Hu away khachwawuz. Dulsáaykw we Mauna Lani ke hawutian kleidihin. Huqa ach ina kawanik keshkeka at hashkautli we tourists has kagi yes at we one kanin slidzi aya we olala Hawaii has outli yeho echt wasagu yisaku kakachgu kechwasaku daak kati sawe akach aya hu owa uwakuch yehwaji koak Hawaii kewutien yewa ohan ka deikina hasu kakachgu shkalneek yach has shkalneek nich ya hastu yuchatangitsu deikina ya Tlingit kina hechwasaku wasa dulsáaykw atwe just Hawaiian deikina kina kanaka ye dulsáaykw at gwall hastu yuchatangidach kanaka ye has tishugu jaygu gen kanaka ka der Tlingit kina ka Hawaiian kina kanaka hechwasagu guchsakw wait sa hu awa awajak ka dukishi has awajak has to anikach ya has to akhaya ya has awacha ka akhathat sewa akwasa dulsáaykw atwe bamboo asai qatsati shkalneek idach ʼakadunéek ye dulsáaykw at ʼakadunéek ye awa well has to anikach ya Achaway yak away uhan ya vaipio adach aya wutudisáakw ya hilo day. But yak away uhan ka wekunaqi aya wutusatin atlain at wutudisáakw at tlaye wutien. Achaway uhan su ade wutudisáakw ya shitahine qalqu ade has outlaqen ya has to ankatushiti ataya we atyahai has a kaushit dasa has ausatin ye awe khosatin we sa gwaltachnach awe sa yetki aqawe has khawuz ya sa dukhai atake ya Khan has to yeiti ajwe has our ha has to with sa has to on daat. Ajwe konnachawe has our in we tlekaj ya Hawaii ko gwalli Chicago dach telducha away with sa Wuhan ko ʼawtuli.át Hellach no has to say a wechachai ko just has chachwa daat. Ya chach gug tach gwall tach Chicago dach aya gwall yisa kug she gwat sawe ade wutu wakach echosaku. Okay. ʼawtuli.át that ko ye awe ach to us a good to cut to han Hawaii day wutu wakach talk away gwall the cut talk aya ach to us a good a walk disi kanach just Hawaii ke hayati your Tlingit immersion neighborhood gach to the yech you ach away ya jandasa aya hadat utlatich gugwasha has the anekach. Okay? You dat kwa adusa?
Claire Helgeson ach sei Christian ach sei shkalneek Irish ka Finnish ayachat Norwegian yadachatati Seattle kechat wawit Zantikachini yechat yati táakw dulsáayi gabhadh ʼakadunéek Cúdach ʼakadunéek Tlingit yugatangi jineiyí táakw dulsáayi gabhadh
Okay.
Yagé Oxatini Ziskiechatusau Tlitcachinach Gabby or Gabriel Krishna.
Okay. What's that? Yeke Johan kach nach yeke. The katasake. Oh, gwash kleinach kashisach ach chatu achayati isaya chosatin gwash ya daisling gwash yeiyati Llachdu gwalli twas y gwtw, gach y gwatis a chwachi. Sgwyeg.
Hagan stish cut you on hagan stish ich sitini cut you on su shkuyel ach sai aya kokatan khatsiti daklawedi yadi Daislin Tlingit gamin kach yuk atangi ku atlitu ayachat ad auch de shi diheni ha shkalneek ha yuk atank shtu at kakoltiu gumstish ka jade khanu kuni gwal Nusk Jin Cod percent ha audio broken away. It's hard to hear. Anyway. Gungstish ka Shantla way. Good.
Gunchish Achetin se achi Shantla yuchadusáakw Tlingit Tlingit Deslin Dachaya Echat Ka Johnston Town to Tlingit Tlingit Johnston Town. Kukatan Shaw Ayachat Yechna Chat City. Ade Chatnu Tlingit Yopatan Tuatan lately. ʼawtuli.át Gulchish Ach 18 Achitu Tlikuzi jineiyí daine Tlila Ila Jack Gulchish Big Ade
Ayade yuchadusáakw ka English Annie Cookitón shoowú ayachat Johnston Town dach. I want to say I have 4 children.
Daakw.
ʼadadki jineiyí. My oldest daughter.
Shatkia.
Shatkia. Na wutudisáakw ka English Charlene. Wutudisáakw my oldest son.
ʼakadunéek.
Ka na shkalneek wutudisáakw ka English Daryl. Wutudisáakw my youngest son.
ʼakadunéek.
Sean ka ʼakadunéek ka wutudisáakw ka English John, my youngest daughter. Wutudisáakw Nathan Deshit wutudisáakw ka English Roxanne.
Roxanne.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Oh.
Cheese to cut you on.
Cheese ach 8 means achi.
Cheese
ach 8
yin sa achi.
Oh. Cheese kayade.
Yak Johan, yak echa konach. Jasa aya keshio detani ya huchi chance aya guk. No one else?
Ya du chat llaq du yuchadusáakw. Kagwantan ay chat tlugnachadia di chatsatin. Tla kuchek kuatlatu dastia wutudisáakw. Gulchish ach 8 sa achi.
Yak echa we, yak echa takat Johan. Kach konach ach tu yak sachwa achi. Wasa kedein aya ya nishkuk aya yuchatangi. yakun chish klein kedena daat ye jineiyí. Ye awahain ʼakadunéek, shkalneek, jas yuhan aya, hayukatangi yandekachinaaq, helchakut táakw, achaweyi wutudisáakw. Yewe ʼawtuli.át yuhansa, Tlingit qenach yuq'ala'atki. K'edeni qenach aya naqadaha yuqatangi. Yewe aqwajetz. Tlaltzidain aya yuqatangi aya yitlayeqi. Wan qanins chuya kya qajik aya tlalk'edain adaq kandak'itch. Aqo wush ikachtu deshi nuch. Yewe a'tuwati. Yewe a'tundatani yidata yaha yuqatangi daat. Ina sakawanik tsu. Naaq sati ayaha yuqatangi. Ajoecha wujina yakachtu tlayekh. Shukwa aya Tlingit qenach. Iti helwasaqakwati qenach aya. Aqo kal hayuqatangi tlayekhi. Kal gachtushkuk. Ajoe yi idekakwanik. Guk kana aq takat yuhan. Ischayeku genki helwasa. Gwashyayati helwasa. Aqa awe adeiliyach yati ya iti. Ya ichtidei kach. Gwal telkadein aya wush saut achi. A'tuwasagu. Daat aya yejitunei. Ye awe we kashuk adi. Ya kelqa agugu chadasa hatuwasagu. Wutudisáakw the technology yeduasaakw Ya ta'atunach chua ya chishuku itikhe ha yati ya take a hit yi ya hit claim yak claim ye awa hayuqatangi ye wa adatu takhwatanknuch wasa thaltsidena ya qa'i gachtiltuwu achawe ya has qaqwawu sa ititeshi ya hashagun ya hashuka ya hatagu qwankiyan qahashaginya ye awa qallitsini ata ya hayuqatangi kaltasa wutudisáakw gachtusneyi chasa yuqatangi tenaya ya gachtutaq wushten ajoe aqtu yakeya yakhana takat yuhan Gwalldach yagi yak kwachi yaka tsukakachtu aq. Shukwa Tlingit awe tleilqa yuqatangi jas hajishaguni aya. Helladachaya ʼakadunéek. Ye awa an aya wutudisáakw. Wan qanins ya tleilqa ya Tlingit yuqatangi khankaya akudi. Aqa awe takat waqaqwa aya tlalhas awtlayekha yuqatangi. Ye awe a'tuwasagu shukwa ayi Tlingit. Ya shkalneek daat aya qankaqit yuqatangi tsu. Daat aya yejagachtune. Ya takat we shoowú qanach ya a'tuwasagu. Ha'in daak jineiyí ya shkalneek kunach daak jineiyí shkalneek daat ya shedihini khukhaya khutzati we khukhtank ya qat at aya gachtutu aqa awe yi jineiyí Dachnach a'tuwasagu ye jineiyí yitlayekhi. Shukwa aya a'tuwasagu tlek shkalneek ʼati ha'in kanaini daat. Ya adusahu, guhsaku zeti, daaknachsasati hastu ish has. Aka awe guhsa ke hasu wawat. Guhsa has kudzeti. Ya hastu kostiyi dasa yisaku daat. Ya awe achtuasaku yisaku. Ya dakha achtuasaku we kaikha we shkalneek. Achtuasaku it's the katya shkalneek. ʼakadunéek. Ya tleit kainach. Wuchin koa adati jagachtune. Ya shkalneek. Shiadehene akudzatitsu. Yi ide kakwane gusa kakite. Gwal kallisaku dakasa. Ya naski ya huchi yagi aya wushkanach wutudisáakw. Ya shtudeltu daat. Shkalneek aya ha'in shkalneek. Ye awe haye jineiyí. Yisaku wasa atkakwane yidat. Gwash tleit inach koa. Ya adat yu ʼakadunéek wasa atkakwane. Ganchish konach takat yuhan. Anybody got any questions first? We'll switch over to English and then talk about what we're going to do. Even though I told you everything we're going to do. What are the 3 things that you're going to do?
A story. We're gonna write a story.
You're going to tell a story.
Okay.
So on the final day, you're going to tell a story, and it should be. It doesn't have to be like this huge. Well, it should be pretty big. It should be pretty big. Let's just say that. There's one thing. What are the other 2 things I just said you were going to do?
We're going to tell about a storyteller, like a life story.
Yeah, you're going to make a presentation in Tlingit about a storyteller. So you're going to tell us who they are, where they're from, why should people know who, I just have a feeling that there's these incredible voices that a lot of our own people don't know about, and a lot of people on our land and around our land don't know about. And so one of the things that ʼawtuli.át worked on was indigenous biographies. And so that's what you're going to do. Present us with everything you could find out about them, who they are, where they're from. It could be 1, it could be 2, like maybe a husband and wife if they're both really dynamic orators. It doesn't have to really be a storyteller. It could be someone who has made really big kind of speeches, but it should be somebody that there's a good body of work out there about them. And so we'll do those probably right around the midterm. That would be the midterm, is to make a presentation. It should be pretty substantial. You can read it, use any notes or anything that you need to. There should be some slides involved, some photos, images of some kind. So there's number 2. So you can tell a story. You can tell us about a storyteller. What's number 3? shkalneek, ʼakadunéek, which is that's a verb that I had heard it, but I forgot to write it down. Then I heard it again, and then I checked on it this weekend with táakw.
Does that interpret
Does that
a story?
mean,
Or
like, lead the discussion?
No, it means to translate. Yeah.
Yeah.
ʼakadunéek. ʼakadunéek.
Sheesh.
So it's just any form of the ʼakadunéek verb, and then you're going to put in front of the ka. That's all you have to do to get to the translate verb. I had heard it a couple times, but I kept forgetting to write. I wrote it down somewhere, then lost it, which is it's good to have specific things that you do your language work on, because I used to just write things in any old thing, but then I'd lose it, or years later I'd find it, and I'm like, what on earth is this? Because sometimes you just write a quick note in the moment. So it's good to have a dedicated kind of a notebook, or if I have some different programs that I use, and one of them is a note-taking program, and you can set up these notebooks, and I have a notebook just for language stuff. And that way if I need a phrase and I can go to a speaker and get that phrase, but then I can also find it. And so the other thing I try to do is get it into this new dictionary right away, and then to put new versions out periodically. Okay, so those are your three things. So the translation and the telling of a story will be your final. The talking about a storyteller will be your midterm.
Okay, so are you talking the same story? So tell a story and then translate it?
They should be different stories.
Okay.
Should the story we translate be one that hasn't been translated yet?
Yes, that was a great question. Yeah, so it should be something that's not translated yet. And tonight I will share all of the tools on how to, if you've got something in mind, go for it. I would prefer that it's not like this thing that you've been working on for years, but that it's kind of a new thing. But we could certainly take a look at some things and try and get things off your plate as well. If you have this thing that's almost done and you want to get it finished, we can sort of look at that. However, I don't want it to necessarily be, and if it's a story that's already been told, but it's a different version, that's totally fine. And so let me show you guys a couple of things, and I'll make sure to put this stuff up on our website. So our class website is under tlingitlanguage.com, learning Tlingit, Tlingit oral literature. It's already there. It's a page that's already there. We ran this class before. And then, let me get this. One thing is the Dauenhower Finding Guide, which I'll make sure is up on the website. But this is a document. I'll put it up here in a second. So this is a document that was compiled by Alaska Heritage Institute. And, oops, I guess I made it that. Can you guys see that online? Okay. So basically this is just brief notes on a whole bunch of things. So the Dauenhower collection is over 500 tapes that have been digitized, and we have access to all of them. We have access to most of the De Laguna collection. The whole thing is coming to UAS, and it's accessible to anybody who asks for it. My general policy is if people ask for it, I will share it. The way that I do this is I'll usually put it under audio, and it will actually just say like tape 1, tape 45, side B. So it won't say what's on there, just in case there's sensitive information. If it's all in Tlingit, I think it's pretty encrypted, but sometimes there might be some English things in there. And it's clan business and other stuff, but I like to work in a pretty open atmosphere. I don't believe in putting the lid on too many things. We just need to access the stuff and do work in it. And that's, as the language learning community, I think that's the key, is you put in the time, you have the key. And we're not trying to lock anything away or keep anything from anybody. But some people do get upset when some stuff is shared. And that's something we can talk about. But generally, I will put this thing up here You can browse through, you can search for certain things. There's a story of like a giant insect, there's a story of an invisible man, there's all kinds of stuff out there. But basically what you would do is you would say, I want to work on this thing and it's in tape, whatever, and then I could put it up there. And so there was a question, if you have other recordings that you wanted to work off of, that's totally fine. It'd be great if you could get me a copy just so I have it here to listen in case there's certain things that you're not sure of or whatever. And let me see. So there was a question about, oops, what's going on?
Well, my dad spoke a lot, and I was wondering how I might access tapes or videos of him.
So the question is about Al Perkins Jr.?
Yes.
I can see what I have. I don't know if I've got, that might be in, because there's other collections out there like the SNEP collection, which is the Sitka Native Education Program. They might have some things. I can look through what I have, but what I have access to is primarily the Downhauer collection. And there were some things that were donated to them or given to them from the SNEP program, and then there's lots of other SNEP tapes. I don't know if anyone else in Sitka has any information about Al Perkins Jr. and how to access any recordings of him. But we can certainly...
The National Historical Park, when they finally get back open, has a lot of stuff over the last 60, 70 years in their archives, audio archives.
Okay, and yeah, and we can ask the Alaska, again, like if it's the Park Service and they're kind of shut down, then we can sort of wait and see or ask them if you know somebody over there that you want to ask. But certainly if you're looking for stuff, we can look as a team and try and locate that. Ideally, all this stuff would be very easy to find in one spot, a few different, I don't know how to deal with it, but I think it should be easy to find, it should be accessible, especially for those who are learning the language. There have been situations in the past where it's been difficult to access recordings of relatives or people from your community. One time I had a conversation that went like this, hey, I heard you had recordings of our community. And then I was told, you're not going to get access. And I said, well, why not? And they said, well, we're protecting them. And I said, who are you protecting them from? And they said, we're protecting them for the Klan. And I said, we're the Klan. And so it was awkward, and sometimes it does get awkward. But I can look around, see what I can find. And then if you want to look around on your end, we do have the whole semester, but I do think you should start now. When you first start translating, I think it's a good estimate to say you can do, if you can do 5 minutes an hour, that's pretty fast. So if you have a recording that's 10 minutes long, don't be surprised if that takes you 40 to 60 hours of actual work. And then we'll talk about the active translation, how do we do that? You might develop your own philosophies on how to translate. There's a lot of times where I want us to engage in these stories in Tlingit, so we're not translating them, we're actually just dealing with them as things within our language that are amazing and worth talking about. But yeah, any other questions? We'll look around, we'll see what we can find.
So it's going to be transcribing and then translating?
Yep. So there's something that might give you headaches that you should familiarize yourself with, and it's a program called ELAN. And if you don't like technology, then get all your good cuss words out because this might drive you a little crazy. There is a learning curve to all of this, but I can set the files up for you. Once we have the recording located, I can set this stuff up for you so that it's ready to go. We will be doing some file sharing. I think the easiest way to do this is I will put it into a folder that we'll all be able to access. I would say download it onto your computer, work on it, and then send me just the ELAN file. So this is a program called ELAN, E-L-A-N. And the other thing we'll be working on is, if it's hard for you guys to hear, to see, learning Tlingit is sometimes a little bit difficult. So we don't want anything to get in your way. So if you're not able to hear, if the audio is broken up or whatever, we want to try and figure that out to the best of our ability. And so we'll be working on that. I know there's some things, we might do a room switch. We're not in our usual room here in ʻawtuli.át, which has all the different plugins and things that we are used to. So there might be a little bit of adjusting this first week. So we do have some time to figure some things out. But some of the things that are going to be interesting questions for you is, one, like hearing the Tlingit and writing it down, which is, that in itself is a bit of a challenge, right? So you got like a phrase like this. So the nice thing about this program is basically it's time-aligned transcription and translation. So you can see the speaker up there, you can see the waveforms. So here's the speaker, you see and this is Shagun, Sophie Smarch at our home in Whitehorse. And then you can see the sound waves right here. There's some steps you got to take to make sure that you have all of this stuff. But again, I can set that up for you. The older recordings don't have video, right? It's only some of the newer ones. I have some pretty old video. If any of you are feeling supremely confident, I can certainly share that with you. It's J.B. Fawcett and Walter Williams. It's a very difficult recording. It talks a lot about clan histories and where do all these big clans come from, so it's pretty fascinating information. But let me answer a question that was asked, which was, where do you go? So you'll do an internet search for ELAN software. And that should bring you right here. And so there's, let me zoom in, sorry guys. So you can use either of these first two, like download ELAN. I would just go right to that one. And this is something that you should do and just goof around with it this week. This is your week and month, maybe longer, to get frustrated. I only say that because last time some people were really frustrated trying to figure this stuff out. And there's a lot to actually figure out. But being fluent in all this software is just a whole other bag of worms. It's a part of the picture. And I think there's a direct link between doing this type of translation work and really becoming fluent. I think there's a link there. A lot of people who have done this work intensively, it just boosts your skills because you really get to see piece by piece how a fluent speaker is putting the language together. So if you're using Windows, here's your link. If you're using a Mac, here's your link. As a Mac, it's kind of interesting because it will run right from the download folder, which is fine. But there might be, you might encounter one of the errors you might encounter if you're running a Mac is it'll say you need some sort of Java update. And then the window that comes up, it's going to ask for, there's an option to select more info. And if you click that, it'll bring you to the link that you need to update your Java stuff. But let me know if you're running into any problems. So step one is to install this thing. As far as being able to type in Tlingit, you have a couple of different options. One is the Crippen keyboard if you're running a Mac. If you're not, then there's the Windows, the Language Geek program. But you should have some sort of keyboard installed so that you can type some of these characters. Another option is to do like a copy and paste type of thing, but it's a lot more work. And there's a program called PopCar. And PopCar costs money. ELAN is free. PopCar does cost money. I think it's $30 in 30 pounds. I don't know what that is, like $50. So it's kind of expensive. But it's a little thing that kind of exists up in the top left corner. And when you click it, see if I can keep it going. This little window pops up, which allows you to select a bunch of different characters. And so there are different ways. We are going to be looking at how well we can spell in Tlingit, how accurate we are with the words. And it's just practice. So it's not like if you spell 50 words wrong, you're going to lose 50 points. It's nothing like that. It's just a collaborative effort to look at this process, because I would say, as far as people who can do this type of work, there's only a handful. There's only maybe 6 people who could accurately transcribe and translate Tlingit. That's not enough. We have thousands of hours of recorded Tlingit. There's the DeWitt collection, the Snap collection, the De Laguna collection, and then the Douwenhauer collection. And the Douwenhauer collection includes the Story and Naish collection. So that's something to think about. Is I think Zeeusch, James Crippen, estimated that of all the recorded Tlingit, less than 1% has been translated to date. So there's tons of stuff out there. We also, if you're looking for more along the lines of conversational things, not really big oratory because you feel intimidated, we have some of that as well. Alice Taff did an amazing project documenting Tlingit conversations, and I think she made about 80 videos, and about 40 or 50 of them have been transcribed and translated. So I have a couple of those and have access to more of those. So spend this week, think about what you want to work on. You're going to pick a storyteller to tell us their biography. You're going to pick another story to translate and to transcribe as accurately as you can. And then we'll also talk throughout the semester when we break into English about what do you do with this stuff when you're done. Are you going to make a book? Are you going to make a video with subtitles? Are you going to make some sort of learning type of application? There's lots of things you could do. And we'll walk you through all the different steps. There's people who know this software way better than I do, but I do like to use it. So you click on this. Here's a couple of shortcuts just to know. So one of the things that you do is you kind of highlight an area once it's set up, and then you double click, and that creates a place to type your text. And then if you double click underneath that, they're linked together. So now you can type your translation right there. So you're going to type the Tlingit first, and then you're going to type the translation. And once you've selected an area, now you can just grab these whole chunks. And if you hold the Shift key and then press the space bar, it will play it for you, and you can play it again. And there's a little, as far as what you're hearing and being able to write that, being able to translate that, this is a big step to take if you haven't done this type of work before. And then you're just going to have to figure out, when do you sort of think it's good enough to move along? If you're starting to get frustrated, what do you do then? And I'd say just go easy. Don't worry. Just do your best. And then if we're sharing files, then what you should be able to do is say, because it tells you right here, so it's really small, but that does tell you where that particular piece of audio is. So I have the same files, so do you. So you could say, you know what, at the 10-minute and 16-second mark, I can't quite catch what she's saying. I could take a listen to it, let you know what I think. And sometimes, just to be frank, is sometimes you're just putting out a guess out there. So this is what I think she's saying. And then there's a number of different recordings where we've had probably 20 people listen to it, and we're like, yeah, I think that's it. We could be wrong. And then it could be the type of thing where you listen to it a year from now, and you're like, oh, of course it's that thing. There's also this is gonna test your language knowledge in terms of all these little pieces that are sort of in there in the language, which leads to the next thing, which is how do you translate that? And there's no one way to do it. An active translation is something that it's an ongoing dialogue between you, all your teachers, the speaker, the language community, and so it's quite common for someone to read something and say, that's not what that means. And sometimes, and you know, I don't like to look at things in terms of a right or wrong. Sometimes there's an error. That happens. I make lots of errors. Everybody makes lots of errors. But sometimes, too, it's an interpretation. So as we were doing this work with jineiyí, basically, she kept saying interpret and not translate, because she said, you're interpreting. You're sort of putting your own spin on it, because you'll also see that languages don't work the same. Tlingit will have lots of references to things, like it'll say this thing, and then we'll just keep talking about it for a long time without ever referencing it again. And that could be a person, it could be a subject, it could be a thing. And then, so you'll see, like, here's the next one. And the other thing is we're going to have to try and figure out a few things, because those of you who are jineiyí, who are online, you might not hear it as clearly as we do in the room. So we'll have to figure out a process in terms of all kind of listening collectively, collaborating, and making sure that we can all hear clearly and sort of see what's on there. Because we have lots of technology, which is great, but that doesn't mean that everything's going to work perfectly. So, other thoughts, questions for your assignments? Are the ʼawtuli.át written English testimonies on tape in Tlingit? Shkalneek, I'm not sure if I know what those are. What are the written English testimonies?
They are, let's see. I got the book. It's a book at the library, ʼawtuli.át, by the Downhowers. And like I've been reading ʼakadunéek, Charlie Joseph Jr. And it's all in English. And I heard he was a really great, dynamic, charismatic speaker who lived a solid life, Tlingit lifestyle from the time he was an infant. And it's all in English. And I heard that it might be on tape.
Okay. Yeah, the ʼawtuli.át book is kind of biographies, and then there's a few sections in the back that do have some sort of narratives from those speakers. We do have quite a bit of ʼakadunéek in terms of, there's a couple of raven stories. Historically, this class also, in its various forms, gives you access to things that aren't published yet, and also gives you access to things that are published and might be kind of hard to find these days. So for ʼakadunéek, there's a couple of different ways we're going to engage with him in particular. One is when we get to hatu naguyis. He's got a number of different speeches in there, primarily from the elders conference that was here in, was that in Sitka, I think, in 1980. And so when we have the audio for that, so there'll be some instances where we're just going to listen to the audio for the story. There's other instances where we might not have the audio tracked down yet. There might be some that we go and try to find. Another thing that I've been trying to do over the past few years is if I find the audio for something, is to put it on tlingitlanguage.com so that folks can listen to it as they read it. ʼawtuli.át was the big find last year. So her speech was the very first thing, perhaps, that had been line by line translated in Tlingit. Kehne Nora Downhauer took it up to Anchorage. Kahani Rosita Worrell had recorded it. Nora took it up to Anchorage and was attending APU and met Richard Downhauer when she was working on it, and kind of came up with this line by line translating process. And then they end up doing a number of other stories and speeches, and so that's one area. The other area is in the Raven book that's going to come out. Hopefully it should be coming out this year. And so we'll have access to some of those stories, all of the audio for that, because it's being translated right now. So people used to do this stuff with tapes, rewind, play, rewind, play. And now we have this technology which does help, and the technology can also help make things more accessible. There are also collections at the Yukon Native Language Center and the Alaska Native Language Center. That audio is available now. So if we go to, I don't know if I have all of the, I'll make sure that because we cherish you, I'll make sure that those are put up sometime this semester, sometime soon. So tlingitlanguage.com, we come here, we go to resources and to audio, and this is where I put the audio for things. These links are unfortunately, a lot of them are not working right now, so I got to go through and fix them, which was supposed to be my winter break project, but my winter break project was winter break. So, but these top ones work. So if you hit this play button, it'll play. And then these ones are from Alice Taff, and we have the video on the UAS website, which I'll include a link. I'll put a link to that on here. And then with this downward arrow, if you click that, you should be able to download it, and then depending on what kind of devices you have, you should be able to get it to your phone or whatever you're using to listen to things if you have some kind of device. And then that way you have just different things to listen to. If you go down, so here's a series from Cyril George. I think these ones are broken. I'll fix them. Kakwan Ish, George Davis, Kingisti, David Katzig. And then if we keep scrolling down, then we get into the Hashuka. So here's Robert Zuboff, Frank Johnson, J.B. Fawcett, George Betts. Those are the ones I've been able to locate so far from Hashuka. Hatu Naguyis, here's Natla. And then the Raven book, I think there's a couple, but I end up moving those to a different recording, which I'll show you. So here this is the Downhauer collection, so when people ask for things, that's how I put it up. So if you ask for a recording, I will probably put it up like this. And we'll just say, okay, it's there, and it's just called, that way, I don't know. I mean, it's good to have this stuff out there, but I also try to be conscious of people taking our stuff. I don't know.
So is
well,
Kasatk, is he there?
So he would be under the Raven book. So resources, then to Raven book. Scroll down. Susie James, right there. Charlie Joseph.
Nice.
Okay, I don't know if that one's. There might be one I need to fix. Okay, let me see this one. Yep, so that one's there. And these ones we have the translations for. They're almost all done. And so if there's some particular story on here, and as far as you telling the story, it's fine if you're really kind of memorizing it the way that someone else told it, and you're just, I don't want you to sit there and read some other published version of the story. I would like you to tell it without notes. So this is what we were instructed to do, is we were told sometimes there would be no notes. And so to just do your best as far as being able to do that. But if there was a particular story here that you were interested in, or some storyteller, because at this point in your language study, you should also be picking speakers that you are trying to actively imitate. There's something about the way that they talk, the rhythm, the words, all that stuff, and you are trying to imitate them. That is a very good exercise to be doing at this point.
Okay, I have a question. Sometimes I almost feel like I'm channeling Dad, so I thought maybe I should do a study on him because his cadence and speech are, sometimes they're identical.
Yeah, family members, and that's a fantastic idea. And even if you wanted to track down one of his, a recording of him and translate that, go for it. And then, yeah, that's fantastic. And so as far as if the storyteller and then the story you translate and then the story you tell, if they're all the same thing, that's pretty good, but I think at least two of those things should be different, right? So it might be a little bit of extra work, but I don't think you should be translating the story and then the story that you tell is that same story, which might be a lot of work, but we've got 5 months, 3 months, 4 months to figure it out.
I'm not complaining, Sune, but I'm just wondering how doable this is, eh? That, and I'll just throw it out there that when we took that transcription course, that ELAN thing was just, without all the rest of it, was driving us crazy for 3 months or 5 months, eh? So I'll do whatever you ask, or I'll give it a kick, eh? But just my thoughts.
Okay. Yes, so are we going to, if you could do 10 minutes, I think that's incredible. If you could do 5 minutes, that's wonderful. If you did like a minute or two, I think that's a little bit minimal. And so, but we'll keep an eye on things. So the translation part is not the main part of the class, but that is something we'll work on this whole semester, and we'll be ready. There might be snags, there might be frustrations. Certainly spend this week picking out something that you want to try, and then we'll start figuring out this whole file sharing and ELAN thing, because that can get really frustrating if you haven't typed out a bunch of Tlingit before. That can get really difficult. But we are smart and capable, and maybe we learned. We've got a group of people who shoowú, who were there during the frustrations, and so maybe we've blazed that trail a little bit. But yes, we'll keep an eye on it, My goal is never to make anybody's lives harder, but this is good work, and hopefully it's not going to be too crazy. The fog hat, we have one story of it. So we've got this. I think when you tell a raven story, you have shkalneek and táakw. And people might have different interpretations of them, but for me, shkalneek is, let me tell you this story about Raven. Raven does this one thing. Táakw would be, let me tell you all about Raven. And it's usually at least 8 to 10 stories all in a row without any real pauses. It just rolls right into the next one. And we have a táakw from Donna Walk, Austin Hammond, where it does include that fog hat story, but we might be able to track down another version. Certainly, just because we have it done, there's other versions I'm sure that are out there. So what I'll do is I will tonight post the Downhauer finding guide so that you have that to look through. Check out the we have lots. There's going to be lots of stuff out there. There'll be lots of there's other things. There's some that we have quite a bit of recording, but folks haven't worked with them a whole lot. David Kadishan. There's quite a bit in the. Anyways, just browse through this finding guide. When we meet on Wednesday, we'll start talking about some possibilities. If you have any ELAN questions or frustrations, we'll talk those through. I'll show you how to set up some of these files on your own, but I'm also happy to just set them up for you and say, okay, go download these things and then work on them. The one thing is you can't, if you know how to edit audio and video, you can't go in there and change it. Like, I wanted to cut out this middle part. You can't do that unless we're communicating and we're on the same page. Yeah, so for your guys' work for this semester, here's your three, I guess, we work in 4, so here's your 4 things for this semester, what you're responsible for. Number 1 is you're going to deliver to us a biography in Tlingit on a storyteller. You have to tell us all about them. And it's going to be substantial information. It should be in the realm of 5 to 10 minutes. And it should not use English, but you could write the whole thing out beforehand and just read it if you're feeling nervous about it. Thing number 2. Oh, okay. I'll tell you, okay. I see what your question is now. Thing number 2 is you are going to transcribe and translate one piece of oratory. That could be a speech or a story of your choice. Ideally, it's not been done already. If it's a different version of the same thing, that's totally great. Thing number 3 is on the last day, you are going to tell us a story in Tlingit. And it should be fairly long, fairly complex. And then thing number 4 is once we get to our reading list starting next week, we are each going to be leading the discussion in Tlingit on a particular piece. So we're going to take turns with that. So when it comes to the raven stories, what I said, there's shkalneek, which is a raven story, and then táakw, that is an underlined K, U, T, L, high-toned A, A, K, W. Táakw is what we'd call a raven cycle in English. That seems to be the way that it works. It's a cycle of stories. It's táakw. So like the Odyssey would be táakw. Parts, the Bible would probably be táakw if it's a sequence of this happened and this happened and this happened and that happened. And when we listen, we'll probably take a class period where we listen to a storyteller talk for about an hour and 10 minutes straight, doing a series of stories. Let me spell that out for you. And we're going to take this first week or two to sort of get into a rhythm, but ideally, and what I would hope is we will spend the majority of our time in Tlingit. So, my goal is 100%, but I will take anything above 80%. But we'll work our way up there. And so think about things, make sure that you are engaging, you're trying stuff out, and that we're just having a conversation. Nobody is judging you on the content, on your grammar, any of that stuff. We're in a supportive and safe environment to try this stuff out. There will probably be not a lot of active correction. If you ask me how to say something, I'll tell you if I know. There might be things later where I'll bring some things up if I note that these little sort of habits are creeping in. But the goal of a class like this is just to be using the language to talk about content, and the content is stories and speech making. Any other questions? We go 5:30 to 7. We get started a little late. Yeah. Yek echawe, yigoe chwan, tachachtu yek Yahweh yeti wasya kashuk ayi atunach wushekachtustin se dachyeki chanach Yahweh ganchish. Oh, the word whisper. That's similar to kutlak. Kuyatlak.
Kuyatlak.
Mm-hmm.
Is it low tone?
I think it's a verb. Let me see if I've got it as a noun.
Well, I was looking for command form.
Oh, okay. Let me see. I'm going to show you guys another trick too, like this. I'll show you guys on Wednesday. If I forget, somebody remind me, so that you can have this Carrie's verb work downloaded onto your computer. Kutlak.
Kutlak.
Mm-hmm. So it's a zero conjugation. Kutlak means.
Okay, thank you. Ganchish.
Whispering Tlingit has always been a fascinating thing for me because there's so many ejectives. I don't know how you whisper.
So I used that. I wanted to use that command, or I have for a long time, with my students. If they have to communicate when we're in immersion, in English, then I want them to use whispering in English, since that's the process that they use to get rid of Tlingit. They made our elders whisper in the language, so I want to turn it around. And if you have to use English, you have to whisper.
Yak and you can also tell them to write it, because writing.
Oh yeah, okay.
Because to write it. Because
all my students have little sticky notepads for that purpose.
Yak.
Sheesh.
I like that one.
Say it again. Whisper the story. Oh, I hear it.
Whisper the Raven cycle, which would be hilarious because it would be so difficult. Okay, Yuhan, goodness cheesh. We'll see you guys in a couple days.
Yakin.